What is up, WNBA fans? This is the WNBA Daily Swish. I'm your host, Asia, and here I'm going to be talking about different types of WNBA recaps, games, leaderboard, stats, everything that you need to know on what's going on in the WNBA world. A little bit about myself and a little bit of what I'm trying to do here is basketball has always been a passion of mine. I played since I was 6 years old, all the way up until Sam Houston State University, where I played college ball up until my sophomore year. I was injured twice with a meniscus tear, and I wasn't able to play the way that I wanted to anymore. So I switched over to coaching, and I've been coaching for quite some time now, about 10 years, I would say. And, I absolutely love it. I taught, an all-girls team, the Lady Hoops. Shout out to you guys if you're watching this. I've also coached a 7th grade boys team. Took them all the way to the district championship out at Zamora Middle School in the South San District. Shout out to you guys too if you're watching this. I even taught the 8th grade girls basketball team over there as well at Zamora Middle School. So shout out to you guys as well. I love coaching, but also WNBA has always been a passion of mine. Basketball in general has always been a passion of mine, but more so the WNBA, because I feel these women are talented. They do have game. They can shoot 3-pointers. Like, they're just amazing, awesome ladies. The way that they handle the ball, the way that they can get to the outside, swing the ball around. I mean, it's fun to watch, and it's great seeing these girls being able to do what they were born to do. And I also want to give credit to where credit is due. These girls need that exposure. They need to be heard, and they need to be seen, I think. They deserve all the respect and credit because they're just naturally talented. So, with that being said, every week I'll be giving, short video recaps of what happened during the week during the WNBA. I'll be giving, the standings, player of the week, thoughts on certain issues going on in the WNBA. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with the trends for this week. The first thing that's trending, player of the week, Jonquel Jones from the Indiana Fever. She is this week's WNBA player of the week. Averaging points per game, 16.7, rebounds per game, 9.3, and blocks per game, 2.33. So congratulations to her. She's doing awesome out there, and keep doing what you're doing out there, Jones. You're doing awesome. And the next thing that's trending is Sylvia Fowles, 11-year veteran. She plays for the Minnesota Lynx. She's a great ball handler, great shooter. And this week, she earns a record-breaking 158 double-double last night's game, making her the #1 double-double leaders, surpassing Lisa Leslie, Tina Charles, Candace Parker, and Tamika Catchings. So you heard a lot of legendary names in there. So she's joining up there with these ladies, and to be #1 is pretty awesome in my opinion. Erica Wheeler. Okay, she records a 500th career assist, making her the 5th player as an undrafted free agent to make 1,000 points and 500 assists. 5th player, undrafted free agent. Amazing shout out to those ladies, because the ones that are undrafted that you don't hear about in the WNBA draft when it comes around in April, these women are like the underdogs. And I like to give that credit to the underdogs, because they're pushing just as hard as the women that are making a name for themselves and, were actually, drafted and are expected to make those points, to make those stats and stuff. And so congratulations to Wheeler. Very proud of you on that. Keep being the underdog, keep doing you, and hopefully to hear more of your name in the WNBA. Next issue that I want to go over, okay, as many of you know, Diana Taurasi made her comeback this season. She made her debut on July 12th against the Connecticut Sun. I want to hear your thoughts on this. She missed the first 13 games of the season to undergo surgery on a disc protrusion. Okay, doesn't sound fun. It wouldn't be fun for me. I mean, I know my knee surgery wasn't fun both times, and I wouldn't expect this one to be fun either. So I'm glad she made it back from her recovery and she's back out there on the court. She still manages to lead the league in three-pointers. She's a top scorer and top assists. She is a well-known name in the WNBA. She makes, she is the face of the WNBA. When you hear about Diana Taurasi, you automatically think a fierce player. She gets a little feisty. She's a great, all-around player, and she completes the Mercury's big three, which is her, DeWanna Bonner, and Brittany Griner. So putting those three towers into the game for the Phoenix Mercury, they are unstoppable. They're called this because in 2018, the trio alone combined to score 1,967 points, which is the most recorded by a trio in the WNBA. Okay? And so they're no joke to mess with. So when you put all three of them together, you know that they're going to bring some heat. They're going to bring some fire and, make the WNBA fun to watch. With her passionate drive to continue to help make Phoenix a top team to watch for in the 2019 season, and coming back from her surgery and getting back out on the court, can they win another championship, or are there other teams out there to bring back the Phoenix Mercury, as they have always been known to be the top dogs, the top team? So I want to hear your thoughts on Taurasi's comeback. I know they played a couple games already. They lost to Connecticut on July 12th on her comeback night, but I don't think that that's going to stop her. I think that that's going to help motivate her to bring back her team, to put them back on the map, to bring them back into the playoffs, and maybe we'll see them in the championship game. Who knows? Some games over the weekend. Here are your updates. Seattle Storm against the New York Liberty. Seattle Storm wins that game 78-69. You had the Minnesota Lynx 75 against Phoenix Mercury 75-62. So the Lynx came out on top at that game. You had the Chicago Sky versus the Dallas Wings 89-79. Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever 76-63. You had the Los Angeles Sparks and the Atlanta Dreams 76-71. And then you had a really good game this weekend with the Las Vegas Aces versus Washington Mystics. They kind of kept going back and forth. Kayla McBride kept dropping in buckets. I guess over there she's known as McBuckets, but I'm a San Antonio Stars fan, and when we had them here in San Antonio, we called her K-Mac, and to me she's always known as K-Mac, so I'm just going to keep calling her K-Mac. So that game was a fun game to watch, but the Aces came out on top, 85-81 win over the Mystics. So there was a lot of good games to watch this weekend. All right, so your current standings for this weekend are, or for this week in general, you have the Las Vegas Aces, which is still number one with 11 wins and 5 losses. keep it up, ladies. Y'all are doing awesome. I still wish y'all were here in San Antonio, but hey, things happen, so way to stay on top. Keep it up, K-Mac, or Kayla McBride. Keep it up, Plum, Cambridge, Jackie Young. I mean, you guys are just hot this year, so everybody's making that prediction that the Las Vegas Aces are going to win the championship this year. And so we'll see where that goes with that, see if they can keep up this this number 1 standing. Number 2, you have Connecticut Sun with 11 wins and 6 losses. Number 3, Washington Mystics, 9 wins and 6 losses. You have the Minnesota Lynx, 10 wins and 7 losses. Los Angeles Sparks, number 5, 9 wins and 7 losses. Then you have the Seattle Storm in 6th place with 10 wins and 8 losses. Number 7, Chicago Sky, 9 wins and 8 losses. Number 8, you have the Phoenix Mercury, 7 wins and 8 losses. Okay, I wouldn't count them out, because now that you have Diana Taurasi back in the game, who knows, that standing could change real easy in the next couple of games that they play, because they got the big trio, they got the big 3. So now we'll see if they can come back up on top from where they are currently ranked in the standings. Number 9, New York Liberty, 7 wins and 10 losses. 10th place, Indiana Fever, with 6 wins and 12 losses. 11th, you have your Dallas Wings with 5 wins and 11 losses. With that being said, Agumba Wally, she might be struggling a little bit, or she might not, or maybe they're just having an off year. Hopefully we could see them in the playoffs, or they are able to clinch a playoff spot. And then number 12, Atlanta Dream, with 5 wins and 11 losses. They are a top team as well, but they have a lot of injuries this year that's kind of holding them back. And so this is not the Atlanta Dream that we're used to seeing. So hopefully, maybe they can make a comeback, or maybe, we hope for a speedy recovery on, a lot of their players to come back healthy, and make a name for themselves again, and be that big team that they're known to be. Okay, moving on. WNBA All Star. Okay, now before we move on to that, because that's coming up soon, and that's a fun thing for everybody to watch, because you got East and West coming together and just having a little bit of fun. You got your 3-point shootout, you got your drills competition. I mean, it's just all around fun to watch. So by looking at the current standings before the All-Star game, okay, I'm going to ask you, what are your predictions for the WNBA championship? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that Phoenix is going to make a step in the right direction and get back into playoffs contingency? Do you think that Atlanta Dream can make a comeback from where they are now? Do you think Las Vegas Aces could take it and win the championship this year? Because this year they have a whole new team, and they have very, very talented players and young players like Jackie Young on the team, and who is helping to boost the Las Vegas Aces to where they are now. So can they win that championship, or is Connecticut Sun gonna surprise us and just jump over to that number 1 spot? Maybe Phoenix Mercury is just gonna blow us out of the water like they always do and win the championship. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And since the All-Star game is coming up on July 27th, who are you hoping to win? East or West, or are you just watching to enjoy the thrill and the fun of basketball? Okay, so we're going to let the excitement begin, and stay tuned for more daily updates on the WNBA. Hope you enjoyed. I really hope you enjoyed this, because, like I said, there's not a lot of videos out like this, and I just want to be able to expose the WNBA and the players, and just to because they earn it, I think. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit like and subscribe down and below. Leave your comments below for any thoughts on today's WNBA Daily Swish.